Hello everyone. Um, Today's video will be about setting up the progressive web app in Django. Let's put it that way, specifically in Django. I think the way I will set it up won't work for other applications, so you're free to leave if you are using some other frameworks. You're thinking that maybe you can implement the same solution. I will give an explanation for a general solution, but later on I will just focus on Django. By the way, I would really appreciate your likes and subscription to the channel, as it is pretty new and still struggling to grow. And without further uh, like taking some time, let's just get started. Okay, so in here we have a demo project that I built on top of Django, and it's not like very complicated or at all complicated. It's just using some simple endpoint under products. We have some, you know, some product demonstration with some random images. We have the main project settings under here. We have base template in templates folder under this under the main project settings folder. And then we have app called products, and we also have another template for the products main homepage, uh, where we have the products listed quickly. I will show you the views as well. It's nothing fancy, but here we are just using Faker API to pull some data about some random products. So we don't have anything in the database. Even though you see some migrations folder here, it's just empty. And here we fetch some product data in JSON format, and in here, which is the main function to serve this template, we just get this products variable from this method or function. And then we have this current quantity that we assigned here randomly, let's say, or okay, whatever. And basically for the product images, I saw that actually image links are not working from that API. So I used some random image API. Maybe we could say in here. So you can see this is always fetching a random image. So just to quickly show you, I'll show you how the web page looks like. So this is basically it. And we will basically add progressive web app for this one. And if we take a look at now, just to make sure that we don't have any progressive web app related settings right now, you can see our manifest and service worker under the application is just empty. There is nothing yet. And speaking of progressive web app, I am assuming that for like maybe as a temporary solution, you want to have something for your end users to use in the mobile, not depending on the mobile platform or operating system they are using, like Android or iPhone. So you want to just give them something at least. At least this was in my situation. I had a side project that I was working on. It seems to be kind of a success. So I had just web app. Now I see that people are kind of looking for mobile app. So I wanted to give them something. At least I like until I develop native mobile apps, they can have that, and maybe in the near future they can use it to get the push notifications just like mobile apps. So depending on, I mean, it doesn't matter what is the reason this setup should work for you. So just to quickly explain, to make it work, we need mainly two files to be configured. One of them is manifest.json, and the other one is service worker. Just like I showed here, this is what expected uh, in the uh, Progressive Web App. So first this manifest, which is going to be, let's say, taken from our manifest.json file, and service worker will also be taken from service worker.js that we will be implementing. So once we have all of those things in place, we'll see that it will populate in here in the browser. So I will show you an example of the manifest file that we can use. And saying that manifest file, I think we should also mention what it is for. It is usually used for like defining some metadata for the web app or progressive web app. So you are mentioning how app name should look like in the like progressive web app in the mobile, let's say, how it will look, what will be the short URL or the main URL when you open it up, and how should the display should be, like maybe standalone, and some other types you can check through the MDN documentation. There are some other types. This is the one I use it to make sure that it's like just like mobile app. And background color and some other options. There are a lot of options you can again check online. And this is some icons for different, let's say, sizes to render in different operating systems and in different sequence. So you gotta provide those ones as well, at least the main ones, which are like 192, 512, and 144. These are the ones I used. So this is just an example file for the manifest.json, and for the service worker, we have this kind of setup. And before we dive into any kind of code, I also want to talk a little bit about why we need service worker. So the service worker is mainly doing like some network related things and offline functionalities, and also push notifications and more maybe. So like if you have some mobile, probably you have some mobile apps in your phone, you know that even if you turn off the like network or Wi-Fi or cellular data, so you will see that you can still open the app, even though it's not functional, but you can still open the app, like click on some buttons and so on. But for web, it's not like that. You open up the Chrome, and if you type some websites, and if you don't have, let's say, a network, then you won't be able to navigate to that website. So if you are building something that is similar to native app, in our case, progressive web app, it should be, you know, able to surf even if we don't have like network connection. So the way we do that in Service Worker is that we make some of the things cached so that we can serve it when we don't have any network, when the user actually doesn't have any network. So it won't be like working over the network. So for sure you won't be, I mean, your app won't be able to make API call and so on, but uh, at least you will be able to cache some of the stuff to show mobile-like experience to your user, and just go from there. I think you got the idea. And other thing is push notifications. In this video, I will not include it. Maybe in the next videos, I will implement it myself first and see if I can explain it. So here I have again put a really small example where like basically it tries to match the, like here it's like serving the offline stuff, handling the online stuff. So what it does is it just tries to match the request, like whatever you requested, it just tries to fetch that request. If that fails, then it will try to just redirect you to the offline path where it will show something like you're offline or something. So this is the basic idea. And normally, like if let's assume that this is not a Django project and we need to implement this feature, this PWA, then normally we would need to build this manifested JSON and service worker ourselves and include these things in our base template. But I don't want to do that. Luckily for Django, there is again a nice plugin that I used. The other day I was trying to build everything myself, and in the middle of the process, I saw why I didn't search for a like existing package that I could use. So I found one, and I want to share it with you as well. So this would be if we search for this, we could easily find. So I think this is the one I used. And we can right now install it. It's really easy. You don't need to write any of those files. I have explained it so that just you get the idea if you don't have any idea what those files are, why they are used. So, but if we use this in a right way, we don't need to set or fill out any of those files. And we can just install this and go on. So in here, I will just try to install it. Let's install this. And in the installation guideline, it's saying that first step is to put this under your installed apps. So to do that, we can open the project settings. And in here, we can just place it here so that it will work, hopefully. There might be some of the errors, but we will probably handle it. Here it just says that set the static files directory. This is expected because it will need to put some static files and access some of the static files because of the icons and so on that we will set. And I do have this set, this static files directory and also static root and URL. If you don't have this, make sure you have set it correctly into the desired path of yours. And once you have done, then you're good to go. And this is something that we need to copy to our settings as well. And let's do that. And I usually do some comment here, just highlighting what settings it's about. So here we can paste it. And here I will just say PWA demo. Okay, Copilot is doing some good help. Okay, I'm not touching those things. It's okay for me. None of those things, but I will need to add some of the icons because these are definitely not the right icons for me. So let's see, I have some icons here, so I think I can change this way. Okay, so basically my static files are under static PWA icons, and I have icon 144 PNG, right? And here I will fix the size as per the image size, and I will put the other ones as well. It's smart enough to understand the logic. So for this one, probably I will put this one as well for the icons apple. Okay. So yeah, this is done. Okay, so I have no idea, honestly, what this is about. I never used this in my manifest.json. So for now, I will just keep this empty. And if some error happens, maybe we can put some of the things that we have here. So I will keep those things as it is. So, okay, shortcut. I think maybe I will keep this empty as well. And this one we can keep empty. Let's save it. And now it's saying that we should also include the URLs. And let me read this, what that is, to disable the console log on. I think the wise way to set this debug would be setting this debug to the application debug. or same as application debug, because usually, I mean, this is a demo project, but usually in actual project, you never set this like statically, but you have like maybe environment variable or something that you dynamically set. And once this is set, we can also set the PWA app debug mode based on the debug. So this will basically, like if this is true, then this will put some console logs under here in your application. So for our development, it's okay to keep the both debug and PWA debug like true. So in here, let's see, we should include these URLs. I guess I will include it in the project URLs. So let's see. And I think we can use paths. And I don't want to keep this comment. And what it is saying, this is empty string as prefix. Okay, that is fine as well. So other thing we need to do is we should include this tag in our base HTML and make sure that you really include it in not in just one page, but in a template that is used everywhere. Or let's say if some of your templates is not using base HTML, then specifically include those tags in that template as well. Okay, so so I will include this and I'll include the meta. This is for service. I mean, this is basically under the hood, I believe, just including the manifest.json and service worker. So just like I explained to you earlier. So in here, let's see. So service workers, so you can see they included this service worker. By the way, this is the service worker I showed you as example. And also manifest.json is also coming from this project that I copied just to show you. And let's see. I guess we can just first try to collect static. Hopefully nothing explode. And you can see 150 files are copied to here, I think. So you can see PWA, okay, where? Projects, PWA static, I think here. So somewhere, maybe into here. Yeah, for example, I can see this one, definitely from the package we installed. And maybe you can see these ones. These are the ones, maybe these are the ones we have specified in the settings. So we will see. Okay, now we have those things ready. We can just give it a shot and check the web page that we have. The app is running. Let's see. Okay, nice. So as you see, like previously, both service worker and manifest.json was actually empty. But now you can see under the manifest.json, we see that it is already populated by the parameters that we have given. Also, you can see the icons we have defined in our settings.py, which is here. I mean, these icons are already like showing up in our manifest.json, and this is important for progressive web app. So, okay, so then we can quickly check the service worker. And the main thing I want to check with the service worker usually is the cache. So you can see under the cache, we have Django PWA and some random stuff. So it's basically caching some of the things. You can see to be able to serve even if you don't have any network, okay? So this offline path they have created, I believe in this project, they have a view that they implemented to serve, to cache first its response, and then to serve whenever you are having some trouble with network, or you are offline, or your user is offline, let's say, let's put it that way. And in here, we can test if this offline behavior is working or not, okay? And to do that, you can come under to the network section, and you see this no throttling. This is normal behavior, but we can change it to offline. And if we refresh this, you can see like you're currently not connected. So this is something not coming from the Chrome, but actually this is coming from your service worker. As I showed you, this is a cache response. From here, you can see under the cache storage. So when you basically load your application for the first time, when the service worker is like installed, it just gets all of the required stuff for offline status uh, under the cache storage. Okay, and normally, like if I would come to GitHub, I'm not sure how GitHub responds. So if I like refresh this with offline states of the network, you see I see normal Chrome, no internet with this sweet dinosaur icon, right? And this is not happening to our web app, meaning that we have successfully installed it. So this is the way I did it, and it works just fine. And maybe next up, probably I will try to set up with the same package without custom installation. I will try to set up the push notifications through this progressive web app. It's really handy, and yeah, I will try to share it, hopefully. For this code, you will be able to find all this code in the like in this video under the description. You'll see the README file and requirements and some maybe guidelines. So that's it. If you think this is helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you. See you. Bye.